There are many aspects that good LEGO animations have, such as location, camera setup, camera settings, and lighting. And that's not even mentioning the background and foreground. That may sound like a lot, but all these things are very simple and easy to implement in your videos. I personally have been doing LEGO stop motion for the past 7 years, and I'm about to show you step by step what my setup consists of and why it works. So the very first thing you need to do is determine if the location you're animating at is spacious, flat, and sturdy. This could be a table, a desk, countertop, or even a hard floor. You need your animating space to have a strong foundation because no one wants to have their set be shaking, have disorganized Legos, or cramped space. Having a spacious workspace will save you a lot of stress and time as your animation career goes on. Now you need to consider the lighting in this location of yours. You need to go ahead and turn off any overhead lights, close your blinds, and block out any other sources of natural light. All the best animated workplaces do this because the casual lighting sources create spotty lighting and flicker. You can get unwanted glare and reflections on Legos from bad lighting, and even the color of clothes you have on. This is what an average uncontrolled light setting looks like compared to this. Having natural light blocked out makes your stop motions feel more in-depth and professional. Without proper lighting, your stop motions will look and feel just like Legos on a random surface. I would recommend having 2 light sources like LED lamps. One shining on the background and one shining on the foreground. But you should always try to use what you have. I've mounted flashlights on Lego Duplo bricks to shine on my setup in the past. I also have a poster board behind my setup pinned to the wall, making my stop motions actually feel like there's a good setting. Now that we have better, consistent lighting, we need to set up our camera. I use my phone camera to animate with, and I built this Lego stand to prop it up. I took off my phone case to make it slimly fit in the 1 stud width space. However, you could buy a camera stand for more professionalism, but using Legos has its benefits. You're able to easily build something to fit your device, you can add or subtract bricks for height, and by far the best reason is that it's cheaper. With all of that done, we can finally open our stop motion app. I happen to use Stopmotion Studio Pro because it's initially free and extremely convenient across all mobile devices. And before you guys comment asking, no, you do not need to get the Pro version for this app. I made several great stop motion without it, and I'm sure you guys can too. You can get Stopmotion Studio off the App Store and Google Play. Once you open the application and select New Project, your front camera will open and will be facing towards your setup. Now, depending on what your lighting is like, you may have a very dark or very bright setting. This is where camera settings come in handy. I normally do one of 2 things when I make my stop motions. The first thing is I go in and select auto for my camera setting and try to manually make my lighting even by adjusting my lamps. I do this when I especially want to focus on the animation itself, like an intense fight scene. That's when I don't really make my lighting as dramatic. The second thing I do is set my camera to manual and then adjust the brightness settings. With whatever these 2 settings are called, you're able to make your scenes darker or brighter, which allows you to emphasize other light sources your set displays. I did this for my Symbiote Spider-Man stop motion, which you guys should totally check out, and as you can see, the lighting looks spectacular, unique, and dramatic. With enough practice, your scenes can look just like these. All you have to do is find the right ratio of brightness in these settings. I also like to zoom in with my camera, that way you don't see all of your set at once. A very important fundamental of animation you need to understand is that you only need to focus on what the camera itself can see. This brings me to my final point, having a good set. When you have some ideas of sets, the first thing you need to do is have a Lego base plate. If you don't have one, try to use Lego bricks in a certain arrangement that your minifigs can stand on. You could animate without a base plate, but it's extremely difficult even for me. I definitely don't recommend this for beginners. Now you need to secure it. I use sticky tack to hold down my set, which I ordered off of Amazon. It's cheap, reliable, and I wouldn't have been able to pull off some of these minifigure poses without it. However, if you're broke like I once was, you can use tape or whatever adhesive you have. Holding down your set is vital to your stop motion because having shaky and inconsistent frames is very frustrating and confusing to watch, especially for viewers. Now, building a good set doesn't mean going all out and buying multiple LEGO sets with buildings and cars. Like I mentioned earlier, when I just focus on making a stunning fight scene, I often use random objects in the background. I do this because this way my background is low maintenance, but you also feel like the characters are truly a part of their setting as they move around and fight in their little set. An example of this is my stop motion with Spider-Man fighting Captain America, as well as Batman vs. Wolverine. But if you really want to make a city-like scene or anything on a large scale, what I would do is make buildings out of Lego Duplo bricks and build the front of a building out of regular Lego and make houses out of cardboard. I did a combination of all of these in my Symbiote Spider-Man animation, and you can tell if you pay close enough attention. But if you have little to no Legos or resources like I once did, you can still always use random objects in your background, like water bottles, books, or even bowls. Once you have a background, you're pretty much set. You can choose to add a decoration for your foreground, like some tables for your minifigs to sit at. But most of the time, my foreground is taken up by my minifigs. However, it's your choice. I hope everything I covered in this video will help you guys on your animation journey. I plan on making several more tutorial videos like this one, covering actually animating stop motion, dramatic lighting effects, sound design, and more. I'm simultaneously posting on Instagram right now, which you can find in the description. Let me know if you guys enjoyed this tutorial and what you'd like to see next.